What's up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Yes, Roz here with the C with Caution Blog. And today I'm here to do an interview with the Phanatik. And he's about to break it down like phonetics. We're about to talk about the whole issue of Christian hip hop and labeling. Phanatik, what's up?
What's going on, man? How you bees?
I'm good, sir. You did a workshop here at the Legacy Conference on what's in the name. And I want to get your perspective. Recently, Trip Lee and Lecrae have spoken as far as not embracing the Christian rap label. And I want to get your opinion as far as, can you be a Christian rapper, promote a Christian worldview, but not embrace that term of Christian rapper? Is that okay, or no? Is that a problem? Or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the question of can you is probably not the question to ask. You can do, all things are lawful, not all things are beneficial. And I'm not saying that it's not even beneficial, but the whole can you got liberty to do whatever you want, minus sin. So yeah, you can do that. And I think there's even wisdom in doing that depending on where you're going. My thing would not be so much about being labeled Christian rapper as much as does the label fit you. You know what I mean? Clothes can fit you and you don't have to wear them. The label can fit you, but you don't have to wear it. My issue would be more if the label can't fit you. If we hear you and now you're unchristian or you're sub-Christian, that would be kind of the problem, because you are a Christian whether you're an artist or not. You're not an artist whether you're a Christian or not. And so can you fit the label? Can the label fit you? Whether you wear it or not is not the issue. But I do think if the label fits, someone will cloak you in it eventually. And so what you may end up doing is trying to lessen how obvious it is that the label fits you so that they don't cloak you. But I would hope that we don't do too much of that, because the gospel is not the kind of thing that you want to be shrinking back from. And the dope thing about Lecrae and Trip, so far as I've heard, is whether or not they shrink back from the title, neither one of them are shrinking back from the gospel.
Right.
And as long as that's the case, call it what you want, but the label's gonna fit. So yeah.
Okay. What is your opinion on Lecrae music as far as like the shift in paradigm? Like, look at some of his earlier music is more like missions, let's go hard, go home, with more talking to the church.
Yep.
And now it seems to be a shift where seems to be more non-believers are really catching on to it. What are your thoughts on that as far as his paradigm shift?
Yeah, I mean, I think it obviously is an intentional shift. I mean, to be honest, there was a time when I was listening to Reach, and I thought like they are really going hard talking to the church. And as cutting edge as their music is, I love the fact that the church had something to represent the church that way. But I also felt like, man, someone needs to do as good a job at taking the Christian message to the world. So to see the pendulum kind of swing from being missional and all that to now talking more to the world directly, I'm excited about that. I don't think that you should do one or the other exclusively. If you feel more called or more led to one, that's what's up, do that. If you're gifted and skilled at reaching both, do that. So yeah, I'm excited about the effort, the intentional effort to find more common ground with the non-believer. But I'm also concerned that as we find more common ground or expose the common ground that we have with the non-believer, that we don't just leave it there. We also have to show where we don't have common ground. By the grace of God, we have been helped to go somewhere different. So that, yeah, we all see the same problems and know the same hurt, but we know a solve and a solution that others may not know. And that solution need not remain nameless. He has a name. It's Jesus Christ.
Okay. And now you have, last question, you have like the opposite shift with Braille. Like Braille was more embraced by some secular in the secular realm, underground hip hop. And now his music seems to be more worship driven, more for the church. Definitely Reformed Christian camp is really embracing him now. So what do you think about his shift, and I guess like the change now, maybe non-Christians might not be able to really rock with it like the old Braille. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we had a brief conversation on Twitter, and we need to catch back up. But I think it's interesting. I don't know if Braille would say that his new music is more for the church, but I do think you can't get away from the idea that it is a little more esoteric now, that only those in the know will know. Or maybe not only, but primarily those in the know will know. While those who don't know may feel like he might not be talking to me now because of the terms he's using.
Right.
I think it's interesting. I challenge believers often that as we get more on point in our theology, that we get better at reaching the lost. Because the trend seems to be we get doper in our theology and we get worse at reaching the lost. We get more on point in our theology, and now we're only good at talking to Christians. And so I would hate to see that happen to Braille or anybody else, because he was so good at reaching non-believers. And he even said on Twitter, I asked him, what caused the shift, and he said he's been under some sound doctrine. Excuse me. And because of that, it's a lot harder to be covert with the message.
Right. And
I can understand that, but at the same time, I think the doper we get in our theology, the better we should be at reaching the lost. We really have a test to see how creative we are. We thought we were creative before. Now, can we get creative with this message that we fully understand and make it just as tantalizing as before, when we didn't have maybe the veggies on the plate? So, yeah.
All right, and I want you to plug your books and how to follow you and reach you.
All right, definitely follow at Phanatik, not Phanatik, Phanatik, Phaнаtik. Follow at Phanatik. Can't get with me on Facebook anymore. If you're not already, I'm over my Facebook limit unless I start a new account. But nonetheless, the book, City of Allegory, sort of like Chronicles of Narnia meets the hood, as my man Jafar Life said. A lot of dudes are talking about C.S. Lewis these days. They want to do a C.S. Lewis kind of approach. But C.S. Lewis didn't write Chronicles of Narnia to believers. No believer's going to read Chronicles of Narnia and get the imagery. That was for believers and for the young to kind of be pre-evangelized as the older rock of the young. When C.S. Lewis was talking to non-believers, he produced Mere Christianity, which is thick in theology and practical Christianity. So much so that it's become a Christian classic.
Right.
So if we're going to do a C.S. Lewis, we got to understand that he was not trying to be subversive with his books. But my book, City of Allegory, it is one of those kind of, everything is sort of hidden, and you have to kind of uncover the allegory or the metaphor. But it's rich. It's theologically rich and theologically fun at the same time. So yeah, just go to YouTube, type in COA Experience, and you'll see artists like Jason and others just talking about the book and saying some pretty surprising, humbling to me things about the book. So I won't hype it myself, but you can go see what others are saying about it. UrbanRemixProject.com is my website where I publish my books. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for the time. And I'm out.
All right. This is Proceed with Caution Blog. Kobe Sutton, I'm out.